Is Black Torch worth watching? This action shonen series is by no means a masterpiece, but it's got heart and a vibe, and it's just incredibly bizarre that this anime even exists. So we're going to get into all of that to see if Black Torch is worth watching for you. This anime has a simple setup. A kid named Jiro, with a little bit of knowledge of the supernatural due to his family heritage of shinobi, gets thrown into a world of secret organizations and dangerous monsters after encountering an extremely powerful supernatural creature who ends up merging with him and giving him powers. It's a very classic shonen template, but it has been a surprisingly enjoyable watch. First, the vibe is a very specific style of shonen. The protagonist is an edgy teenager that has a everything ticks me off kind of attitude. Basically, every interaction is, you looking at me funny? Screw you, we're gonna fight. And overall, it's a bit much and kind of annoying at times, but it can occasionally be endearing too. The main character is a hot-headed idiot, but there is some earnestness to him, especially around his grandfather, that grounds him as a real person. All of the main characters so far have a little hint of something to them that makes them feel like more than just objects to fulfill a role in the story. They have decently compelling backstories, but don't go into this expecting really deep, complex characters. The real strength of this show is its pacing and how it develops the plot. It takes enough time to explain interesting concepts and let the characters breathe, but it also never stays still for too long. The fights are decently animated, sometimes, and interesting enough, but the best part about them as well is that they aren't dragged out and overly complicated. There's certainly some thought and planning in each fight, but it's a breath of fresh air when an enemy can just suddenly be beaten from one fatal mistake. The animation is overall fairly mediocre compared to the best battle shonen anime. The camera doesn't always like to point at the action. There is some fairly brutal violence in the show, and some very in-your-face fan service. The main fan service girl is actually a pretty well-written character. It's not like she's just in love with the main character. Far from it, actually. But it's vitally important to the plot, I suppose, that she has zero armor protecting her thighs when fighting dangerous monsters. Lastly, I just have to talk about how insane it is that this show even exists. Black Torch is based on a manga that came out 10 years ago and ended 8 years ago, with only 5 volumes after it was cancelled for low sales. Somehow it kept a cult following big enough to get an anime adaptation.
Somehow
Black Torch
turned.
I can see why people liked it, but that's crazy. And we still can't get Noragami Season 3. Overall, I had very low expectations going into Black Torch, and I was pleasantly surprised there is more than just edgy characters in action. Don't go in expecting something great, it's not a special show, but it is fun and there's some thought and heart behind it. I've enjoyed every episode so far. It's a B-tier show and it's an 8.5. It could become A-tier, but it would have to do something really special in later episodes. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, check out the previous review of Demons of the Shadow Realm, an anime from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist. That's all for me, Jamio.